Raw concrete and quiet warmth are not supposed to share a room. One is meant to feel unfinished. The other is meant to feel resolved. This apartment doesn't choose. 9 rooms, 1 tension, held on purpose. Let's go inside. Brutalist Japandi begins at the threshold with a decision most entryways never have to make. Which material gets to greet you first? A poured concrete wall, left completely unfinished, meets a single oak bench. And the choice of what touches the wall versus what touches the hand is the entire style, established in one small room. Raw concrete wall meets a single oak bench, the brutalist mass grounded by Japandi warmth. Nothing here is soft by accident. The wood is chosen specifically to counter the cold of the material beside it. Nothing else is added, because anything else would blur which material is doing which job. The living room is where the tension has to hold its shape at scale. Too much concrete, and the room reads as cold and unlivable. Too much warmth, and the brutalist half of the identity disappears entirely. A poured concrete ceiling beam sits above low, warm-toned furniture with rounded edges. The room proves the two styles aren't opposites. They're a tension held on purpose, weight above, softness below. The furniture stays low and rounded specifically to counter the hard geometry overhead, so the eye reads weight and comfort as two separate, deliberate layers rather than a room that couldn't decide. A dining table is where the hand meets the material most directly, which makes this the clearest test of the entire style's logic. Does the hard material or the soft one get to be touched? The table is solid, unpolished stone, but the chairs are pale wood with woven seats. Brutalist gives the room its bones. Japandi decides what actually touches the body. The stone stays as the surface you look at and set things on. The chair is where the decision is made in favor of comfort every single time. The kitchen is the room where the rule of the style becomes most literal. Hardness stays where hands don't need to rest. Warmth goes everywhere they do. Concrete countertop, but the cabinetry is warm ash wood with no hardware at all. The hardness stays where hands don't need to rest. Everything touched daily stays soft. Removing hardware entirely reinforces the logic. Nothing metallic or cold interrupts the one material a hand actually needs to feel warm. This is the room where Japandi is allowed to fully win. A small ritual space that brutalist architecture simply frames rather than competes with. A raw concrete niche houses a low wooden tea table and a single floor cushion. The hardest material in the apartment becomes a quiet frame around the softest, slowest ritual in it. Nothing here argues with the concrete. It simply lets the niche do its job, holding stillness, while the wood and cushion do all the emotional work. By this point in the apartment, the pattern is familiar, but the reading corner applies it at its smallest, most intimate scale. One low wooden stool against an exposed concrete column. The corner works because it doesn't try to soften the column. It simply places something warm close enough to it. No rug, no extra layering. Just proximity. The warmth doing its job simply by being near the hardness, not by trying to cover it. The bedroom is where Brutalist has to know when to step back completely, because a room built for rest cannot carry the same visual weight as a room built for living. Concrete headboard wall, but the bedding is entirely undyed linen and wood tones. This is the room where Brutalist recedes furthest, proving the style knows when to step back. The concrete stays present as a single backdrop, not a texture repeated throughout. Everything else in the room is given permission to simply be soft. The bathroom is the hardest room in the apartment to get right, and Brutalist Japandi solves it by refusing to let the hardest material also be the one you touch. Board-formed concrete shower wall, warm teak bath mat, and stool. The hardest room in the apartment gets the softest textures, because comfort here isn't optional. The board-formed texture keeps the concrete visually raw without asking the body to ever actually touch it. The teak does that job instead, every time. The tour ends where Japandi's own architecture has always resolved this exact tension, a thin wooden threshold between the raw and the open. A single concrete bench, one potted olive tree in an unglazed pot. The tension resolves outdoors, raw material, living thing, nothing between them. No roof detail competes, no additional material is introduced. The apartment's entire argument, hardness and warmth, held together on purpose, ends on the one plane traditionally built to hold exactly that. Concrete stayed cold where it needed to. Wood stayed warm where it counted. Nothing was blended. Everything was decided. Subscribe for more small apartment style breakdowns.